Welcome everyone, I'm Fausto Carnevale, and in this video we will see a case study. Actually is a particular questions is not regarding the impatriate regime, even if we have some news about the impatriate regime, and I invite you to watch the live that we are doing this week. Normally we do live every Wednesday at 5 o'clock European time. But in this video we'll talk about how to retire in Italy as a US citizen. Basically I would like to, I'm going to give you some example based on our experience. And of course here we can do a lot of different cases, but I will try to do one case. And this video is also can be helpful for you before you are going to move to Italy, especially if you also are an early retiring. So you have I don't know, 55, 60 years old, and you want to retire early in it. So the first thing that you need to consider is that Italy, like the US, taxed worldwide all your income, and with income we can include rental income, pensions, dividends, interest, as you may have heard this term in the States, because in Italy interest is not as you conceive it in the States. So this is the first thing. The second thing is that because this is an important point as well, what you can do if you have your own house in the States and you want to sell the house. So remember that in Italy, you are not taxed if you sell one house that you already have. Imagine that you have one house that you bought in the US, in the States, for $500,000, and now after 20 years you can resell it to $1,500,000. You're not taxed in Italy, but you are taxed in Italy if you rent this house. The impatriate regime, even if we have a news that you can apply still for the end of the year, it's a good regime for you if you continue to work in Italy, even if you work as a freelance and let's say you do one invoice per month. But note that all the other income are not into the impatriate regime. So if you have a pension, this has to be analyzed separately, because the impatriate regime is only for your working activity. The second thing that you need to consider, I would advise to check the special 7% regime if you move to a small city in Italy. This can also be helpful because you can pay basically 7% of tax. But by the way, the difference that we have to make when you're from the state is that you can have a public pension, a private pension. So we need to analyze, because with all those pensions there is one part that maybe is not taxed in Italy and one part that can be taxed. So this is the important thing. Just also a quick tip: what happens if you have a portfolio of ETF? Let's say you have a lot of money. You have a good portfolio of $1 million. What happens? It happens that in Italy you have to declare all the assets that you have abroad. I'm saying in Italy, meaning if you decide to move to Italy, after that you calculated your tax, you need to declare all the assets you have abroad. Even if you have, I don't know, one house abroad, even if you have stocks abroad, bonds, and so crypto, and so you need to declare, and you pay a small percentage of taxes. I also did a video, you can check the EVA and IVA tax. But the most important thing is, unfortunately in Italy, the dividends are taxed at 26%. So this is a thing that you need to know. If you don't take the dividends, no, you're not taxed. But let's say that you want to take out dividends, you are taxed. Now I'm giving you a small tip. If you are in a country and you can take the dividends before you move to Italy, that can be a good advice. By the way, I also invite you to contact us to have a more precise overview, because the simplest case that you analyze is when a person comes to Italy, want to apply to the impatriate regime. They maybe have only one income, they don't have houses abroad, they don't have nothing. Another thing is when you instead need to declare all the assets abroad, especially if you are retiring, because you may have houses, you may have stocks, you may have a company that you cannot close in another country. Okay, so pay attention, and in case you have questions, what we can do for you, you can book the preliminary call, but what is advisable what is a good advice is to have a tax simulation. We can provide you a file where you can see, of course, we need your help if you are from the States, the taxes. We are not accountants in America, so we need your help. But it's quite easy because you can give us all the information via your accountant, and then we can cross and check and see the impact when you move to it. I hope you like this video. Do not hesitate to contact us for additional info. Fausto Carnevale, enjoy your stay in Italy.